We are gonna start off with some monkey swings. So you're gonna throw one arm down your back and the other one across your body, just nice and loose to warm up. You can add a bit of rotation with your hips into it. Try and get your arm as far down your back as you can. Good, and then we're gonna do squat to streamline. Okay, so our feet hip width apart. Okay, so you're gonna squat back, so push your butt back, squat back, and then push up into a streamline. Okay, so with the streamline, we want to try and get our arms as tight around our head as possible. Okay, core engaged. So we're going to do 5 like that, and then we're going to do 5 where we squat down and we actually jump up. Oh, that's my ceiling. Maybe we won't jump. Maybe we'll just do squats. If you have a high enough ceiling, you can jump. But my plan was to do 5 squat to streamlines and then 5 squat to streamline jumps. Okay? So squat down, push your butt back and up into a streamline. And then squat down into a streamline. Squat down into a streamline. So that's 5. If you can jump for the next 5, just try and do a little jump up into your streamline this time. Nine and 10. Awesome. Okay, we have done this one before if you've been with us for a few weeks. So we're going to have one arm at up, so elbow in line with the shoulder, and the other one pointing down. So basically you're going to kind of imagine you have a pipe running all the way through your body. Okay, and then we're just going to switch. Okay, so we're keeping everything nice and level, so shoulders in line with our shoulders. Okay, and we're just moving the forearms up and down.
How come your shoulder blade doesn't twist?
My shoulder blade.
Well, your blade, like how come my whole shoulder rotates?
It's probably a flexibility thing. So you want to. So I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back. So I'm not. There's no for. Yeah, you're just stiff on it, like so. It's because your rhomboids at the back are not activating back. So it's just, yeah, it'll just take a little bit of work to get some flexibility. So yeah, just do what you can now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. We'll stop that one, and then we'll just stretch out a little bit. So if you can find a wall or something, so hands. And we're going to press our chest bone down to the floor. So you're going to stick your butt out and just press your chest bone down the floor, and that should feel like a really nice stretch. Should open up your chest. Good. And we'll go back to monkey swings. It's Tessa, right? Sorry, was it Tessa?
Yes.
Yeah, Tessa. So I think you've done a few of these sessions with us, but all of the ones, like the ones where we go thumbs back and all of those are really good for activating your rhomboids.
Okay, great.
So yeah, just keep working on exercises like that. But yeah, it's probably just a little bit of a stiffness thing.
Like this one too that you
Yeah.
had against the wall.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Oh, look at it.
I'm being watched.
Come on. Okay, and then we'll go back to squat to streamlines. Okay, so just make sure when you squat, your knees are not going over your toes. So push your butt back, and then up into a nice streamline. So that's 5. If you can do a little jump for the next 5, then go for it. Okay, awesome. Then just kind of a corkscrewy one. So yeah, try and keep your shoulder blades back rather than have shoulders forward. So nice posture, core engaged, and then we're just flipping the forearms. Oh, Jazzy's getting involved.
Meow.
It is amazing how much range you have, Kylie. Like I'm like Tessa.
I'm lucky in that I've been swimming all my life, and so I have really flexible shoulders. But it's like it's a big problem with like swimming later on in life, particularly. And now's a really good time to. Yeah.
Jasper, I'm glad you called yourself out because I was noticing it, but I didn't want to call you out.
No, call me out on anything. It's true. I do find it like I've never really had great range, even when I was training.
Yeah.
And but I'm like you, Tessa. Like I get to about there.
Yeah.
And so if you think like when you're trying to set a position, that was always really hard for me because and like I can just like I'm like a rag doll, right? I like this is so counterintuitive for me. It's so normal for me, but it's like very odd for some people. And then put that on top of the fact that we're sitting at a desk and we're like this, we're sitting on a TT bike and we're like this. So naturally we're all like this, you know, a lot of the time. And so having that range backwards, but some of it is just a natural thing too. Mm-hmm.
But now's a really good time to work on it. And like I said, all of these exercises you should, if you have time, if you can do 5 or 10 minutes before you swim, will help. So like things working on streamlining, trying to get as tight as you can. Rather, a lot of people can kind of only get to here. But just trying to work on that flexibility.
Yeah. Keep going. My arms are tired. I did 4 of those.
Okay, so we forgot our last stretch. Sorry. So hands on the wall. Okay, so back nice and flat. Push your butt out, and then press your chest bone, so your breastbone, right down to the floor.
Mommy, is this the last exercise?
No, we got a few more, Bob.
But I want you to do this. Yeah.
If you can do that in your room if you want to, with the door closed, so it doesn't make too much noise. Or you can wait till I'm done. Oh, to fix that,
Yeah.
you have to wait till I'm done to fix it, Bob.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go into our bands. So we're up to 55 seconds. So 10 rounds with 30 seconds break. If, like I said, if it's too much, don't worry. If you don't want to go back to sort of like 45 seconds, 50 seconds, and that's okay. So we will get going. That's my timer. Okay, so just a quick reminder with the bands. Okay, so we're trying to get nice high elbow at the front. Okay, and then we're painting lines with our fingertips all the way down and back. And so at the end of the stroke, we're pushing our wrist back so that our fingertips point down, rather than lifting our palms
I
up.
forgot to pack one thing in your bag. Slippers for Clint's house.
Okay, go for it.
Yep.
So when you come forward, try and make sure there's still a little bit of tension on the band. You don't want it super slack when you move forward, so just a tiny bit of tension. And then we're just coming to this bent arm position. We don't need to come all the way forward. Okay, so back nice and flat, start bent, pull all the way back, and then back to bent. Don't worry about the tempo too much. Just go at your own pace. Bobby, I'm working.
Do you know where my blue slippers are?
Not right now. I'll find them in a sec, okay?
Okay.
All right, round one. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And rest. So when you're coming back, you should feel your paddles or your thumbs brush the top of your leg. Okay, so you don't want to be too wide. That'll put a lot of pressure on your shoulder. So when you come back, I don't know if you can even hear that my paddles are brushing my leg every time I come back. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Okay, number 3. 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. So hopefully you guys can feel your lats working. Hopefully you're not feeling too much pressure on the front of your shoulder. If you can't feel your lats that much, you might actually have to kind of actively squeeze them as you pull back.
Megan, that's looking better. I think you can still be a little bit higher in the elbow at the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not loving these paddles with these handles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those, yeah.
Yeah, they're tough.
Is it better to do it without the paddles or?
If you're struggling with the paddles, do it without the paddles and just keep the hand nice and flat
Okay, I'll try.
on the cord. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ready, go.
Yeah, that's looking better, Megan, for sure.
And rest.
That's way easier without the paddles to keep my wrists not breaking too.
Yeah. Yeah, so just you can like just rest your hand on the handle and keep it nice and flat so the fingertips are pointing down the whole time still.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, number 5. 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. So hopefully also you're feeling your triceps working as you push back every time. You want to feel those triceps engage at the back of the stroke. Three, two, one, go. And rest. I don't know about you guys, but it's amazing how much difference 5 seconds each time makes. I'm feeling it. Okay, number 7. 3, 2, 1, go. And 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Good, guys. 2 more rounds. Three, 2, 1, go. And rest. Good, 1 more round. 3, 2, 1, go. And rest. Good job, guys. Awesome. So just stretch that out. We'll do our Michael Phelps stretch for that one today. Okay, so you're gonna bring your arms back and then just hug yourself. And you can switch over the crossover of how you hug yourself each time. That should just feel nice to loosen everything up. Good, and then we're gonna come down onto the mat. One second, there we go. So we are gonna do some plank today with a difference.
So we're going to start off with front plank. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and raise one arm for 10 seconds and then back to normal plank and raise the other arm for 10 seconds. So you can do it on your hands or on your elbows. It's probably a little easier on your hands. And then for a little bit more stability, you can have your legs wider apart. So I'm just going to demo. I'm in plank. My feet are a little bit wider than normal. Hopefully you guys can see that. Maybe I should put it down a little bit more. There we go. So hips are nice and flat and level. Okay, and then we're just going to try and lift one arm for 10 seconds. And then we'll come back down to normal plank, and then we'll lift the other side. Okay, so with this one, it's really important that when you're lifting your arm, you're really pushing down into the opposite shoulder and the same foot, and that's going to give you some good stability. Okay, if you can only just lift it a little bit, that's fine. If you can't get it right up, but just play around and see if you can. If you can't manage 10 seconds, that's fine too. But you really want to engage your core. And then, like I said, if I'm lifting my right arm, I'm really going to push down into my left shoulder and right leg. And then if I'm lifting my left arm, I'm really going to push down into my right shoulder and left foot. Okay? All right, let's try. I'm just going to grab my stopwatch. Okay, so we'll start off with 10 seconds of normal plank, and then I'll tell you when to lift, okay? So normal plank in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so try and lift your right arm. So really push down into your left arm and shoulder, and then your right foot. And back to normal plank. And then left arm, really push into your right shoulder and left foot. And back to normal plank. And then right arm up last time. Try and keep your hips as level as you can. And then back to normal plank. And then left arm up, last 10 seconds. And relax. You can just come back into child's pose if you want and stretch that out. Okay, this time we're going to try side plank. So we're going to be on our side, so we want to make sure everything, if we look down our body, everything's in line. So shoulder is stacked over our elbow, and then hips and shoulders and feet are all in one line. So we're going to be in side plank, and what we're going to try and do, and again, it doesn't matter if you can't, you're just going to try and lift your top leg for 10 seconds. Okay, so just let me show you. So if I'm on my right side, okay, I'm checking that everything's in line. My left hand is on the hip. Okay, and then I'll just call it out. And if you can, we're going to try and lift our top leg for 10 seconds and then come back down to plank. Okay, if you need to put your bottom knee down to help lift, that's okay too. And again, we'll just try. Even if you can just lift it for a couple of seconds rather than 10 seconds, that's okay. Okay, so we'll try on each side twice. Try and lift our leg twice, okay? So we'll start on our, well, it doesn't matter what side you start, really, but we'll start just in a normal side plank. Okay, so just up we go, and just check that everything's in line, so you're in a nice straight line down your body. Left hand on your hip, keep your shoulders nice and in line and shoulder blades back. Okay, and we're going to try and lift our top leg. Still keep pushing your hips up to the sky. Try not to let them drop. And just let the leg come back down and try and keep your side plank. And then lift the top leg again. Again, try and keep your hips pushing up all the time. Try not to let them collapse. And back down to regular side plank. And relax. Again, we'll try and do the same thing on the other side. You'll probably find that one side is a little bit easier than the other. You might not even be able to, you might be able to even lift the leg on one side and not the other. So we'll just see. Okay, so we'll switch sides. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, up to regular side plank. Make sure that everything's in line. Shoulders and hips are in line. And we're going to try and lift our top leg. This side is a little bit more difficult for me. And then back down to a regular side plank. Keep pushing your hips up to the sky. Try not to let them drop. And one more time, lift the top leg. And back down again for 10 more seconds in regular side plank. And relax. All right, guys. So all those planks and then the bird dogs and stuff like we've done before, if we can try and have really good lines on land, like body lines, it's almost like dancing. If you watch good dancers, they have beautiful lines. Or like Ruby's ice skating, she has, you know, beautiful lines. So if we work on our lines on land, then hopefully we can translate that into the pool. Okay, so we have better lines in the pool. It's smoother. We're engaging our core, and we just are more efficient in the water.
I was thinking it'd be pretty funny if when you all got back in the pool, you were like way faster. Like suddenly you're like 10 seconds per 100 faster. So that,
I would love that.
That would be awesome.
like COVID onward, you never actually go to the water anymore. You just do
Hey, we're not in the pool again until July 1st at least. So
July 1st.
July
Wow.
1st. In Ottawa, at least they've closed. I've got a backyard pool that we're opening in a couple weeks, and I've ordered a belt so
Cool.
I can at least do some stationary swimming in the backyard.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a backyard pool.
A girlfriend of mine went and bought an infinity pool for her backyard for her kids who are competitive swimmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just announced it on Monday, so I'm like, you know, I've only been out of the pool for 3.5 weeks, but I'm fortunate that I've got one in my backyard that I can start using in a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about the lakes around here. I mean, they get pretty big, like Thetis Lake gets busy in the summer on the beach and stuff, so I don't know whether they'll allow us to swim there, and I don't know, we'll have to wait and
Well,
see.
Gatineau Park is closed, so Meech
Yeah.
Lake is closed. All of those guys are going to be closed for a really long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I can run, I can bike, and I can do this. So
It's better than nothing, that's for sure.
hey, thanks everybody. That was awesome. And we got bike on tomorrow and then our Friday seminar. So hope you can join us. Have an awesome day.
Yeah, have a great day,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you. Thanks,
thank
guys.
you.
Thanks.